Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is a Trailer Friday, everybody. This is the weekend.
What? What?
Yeah, hopefully you are enjoying the beginning to your weekend. And even if you are working on the weekend, hopefully you're still enjoying this Friday evening that you are hearing us as we walk through just kind of what we do regularly on a Trailer Friday. We converse, we tell you a little bit about the full episode coming up on Sunday and all of the good things that are in store for you.
They are good things. And you're going to pick up, I feel like we do Disclaimer Friday is what goes on every time we end up doing this. And you're going to pick up on the episode coming into Sunday. I'm just not feeling the best. And so we talked through some good stuff, but I just want to let you know, don't worry, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
I tested negative for the COVID.
No Rona here.
No Rona.
My Rona.
So, we're giving you a heads up of what's happening coming up on Sunday, and you got to enjoy. If you didn't get to hear the episode where Adam came on and talked to us about the Denver airport, stop the trailer right now. Don't look forward to Sunday. Get over onto whether it's YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast, and pull up Denver airport conspiracy.
Right.
Cut Daisies and Unicorns.
Of course.
Denver International Airport conspiracies. And so Adam came on and he was a guest of ours. And then on Sunday, you get a full dose of Phil and Steve.
Right.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen.
And what's going to happen, too, is I'm going to get a hold of Drew and see if he'll come and do a podcast with us. And then we've got Michelle, too. I'm going to reach out. So we're going to be bouncing some interviews and having people on the podcast and stuff like that. But you know what?
Good idea.
You're getting ready to enter into the darkest of times.
The darkest of seasons.
Winter's coming.
Winter is coming.
And there's no dragon eggs in our basket.
No, not sitting on any eggs.
And haven't walked through any fire.
Nope, no fire here either.
Haven't been hit by brimstone.
Not yet. There has been some sulfur, but nope. No.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Phil?
Yeah.
I went to Aldi, picked up a pound cake.
Oh.
A box pound cake.
Yeah. I love pound cake.
Do you really?
Yeah.
See, I almost brought some for our coffee. I mean, because it's a pound cake is basically a donut,
right?
Not fried.
Exactly. That's the truth.
Yeah. And so the recipe called for all the stuff that's in the bag dumped in, and then 3/4 of a cup of 2% milk. You know where my head went with that? I don't have 2% milk. I did have almond milk. I bought almond milk because the expiration goes a lot longer, and it doesn't. It doesn't. And so, since we don't drink a lot of milk or use a lot of milk, mostly for cooking, is how that happens.
Same with me.
But you know what I had? Plenty of
half and half.
Heavy whipping cream.
Oh, heavy whipping cream.
So I took a half a cup of heavy whipping cream and a 1/4 cup of water.
Yeah.
And I put that in the mix. And then it called for 2 eggs. And I could taste the heavy whipping cream in this pound cake. So good.
Wow.
Oh, so good. So then Amy was like, hey, if you got heavy whipping cream, why don't you make us up some whipped cream? Like Cool whipped cream.
Yeah.
And so I did.
It's easy to do.
So I just whipped up some. We had blueberries in the fridge, so I crushed up some blueberries, mulled them up, and then you know what I did for a little bit of sweetener?
Oh, not sugar.
No. I have some hot honey.
Oh.
And so it's honey with some Tabasco or chili in it.
Yeah, the chili
And
flakes.
I put that in there and used that, so it had a little bit of good. Oh my word, pound cake. Yeah.
So you put the blueberries with the honey, spicy honey, and then the whipped cream on top.
No, it went the other way.
Oh.
We put the whipped cream on and then the blueberries over the whipped cream.
Oh, got
It would make sense to do it the way you suggested.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my pound cake story.
We've been eating a lot of pumpkin pie already.
Really? From Costco?
No, it's like something got into like we had picked one a frozen one up a while back. We just never ate, and then it was like then we baked that one, and then Heather's like, "Oh, I really like pumpkin pie," so she got a pumpkin pie, like I think from Jewel or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We ate another pumpkin. Yeah, so that's been like a week and a half. We've eaten a couple of pumpkin pies with whipped cream.
Nice, nice. Well, you're coming off of a week of Thanksgiving. And we didn't even talk about the Blackest of Fridays.
The Blackest of Fridays.
Yeah, Black Friday. And so, well, actually, that's today.
It is.
The trailer.
Today is Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how was your blackened of days?
Yeah.
Steve, do you go out on Black Friday?
Hell no.
Yeah, I would say that would be my response as well.
Yeah.
I stay away from that.
There is nothing that I need in my life that would incur the wrath of dealing with all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah. That's
like I don't even care what you're telling me I'm going to save.
Yeah.
Cuz I like to save. Like I'm a little I like to be like that. Like if I don't like, but you want me to spend money on things that I don't want to spend money on either.
Right.
And that's the other side of it is
right.
like, ooh, there's this. You'll never get it cheap. Like I don't even know what this is, and apparently I need it.
Yeah, that's not me either.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also I don't know if I've ever Black Friday shopped. Now there could be something that I'm missing in my memory because I've chased it out, but I don't remember ever Black Friday shopping. Now I know my sister does and my niece.
Yeah.
They love doing that stuff.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Not me at all.
Hashtag I'm not a sponsor. No.
I'd rather find my joy elsewhere because I don't think there's anything joyful about that.
To be real honest, all right, folks, I'm gonna lay this out here. I get irritated on a regular shopping day with how rude people can be in the grocery store.
Mm. Yep.
The other day at Aldi, there were 3 people behind me in line. I was buying like a month's supply of dry goods and whatever at Aldi, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 people behind me with 2 items or less. And so I just said, "Hey, do you want to go ahead of me?" The first person's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, said to the next person, "Oh yeah." A gentleman came up and I'm like, would you like to go? And he's like, "Well, dude, sometime you have to say enough's enough. Like, why don't you just go?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah, but you have 3 items." And Sparky, the guy who was the cashier, because usually Aldi beepers are really, really super fast.
Yeah.
Sparky wasn't so fast.
No. So
Yeah.
his name did not represent his speed.
His name wasn't really Sparky. I gave him that name as a sense of, oxymoronish it.
Right.
Mornesque. It's oxymoronesque. So then that guy's words impacted me because I thought, well, you do have to draw the line somewhere. So I pull up my cart and then 3 other people behind me with 5 items or less get in line behind me. But I saw Sparky had actually called for help. So in my head, I was like, well, there's going to be a new checker person, a beeper,
Right.
dude or dudette is going to come along. So, well,
And there was.
well, the person
Birds are
behind me
cool.
was actually an employee of Aldi, And when she got up close enough to talk to Sparky, she's like, "Why haven't you called for help?" And he's like, "I did." And so she's like, "Push the button next to your register and get somebody up here." And by this time, there was a whole line all the way back while I'm unloading 1 month's supply of dry goods, you know. But that chili's going to taste really good next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got all the tomatoes.
Got all the dry goods for it.
Yeah. And so, anyway, yeah, that's what happened. Sparky. Then the lady comes up and she's like, "Oh, well," and then she sees the other employee and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were still on. I didn't know that you were like done for the night. And so I thought you came up here." And so anyway, it was funny. I'm like, man, you know, employment in the U.S., that's an issue right now.
It is.
Yeah. I'm not really sure.
Supply chain issues, employment issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize we had a supply shortage of people to work.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how all of a sudden there's such great demand.
I mean, everybody keeps talking about how it, like there's just a whole bunch of people who are staying on unemployment, but I think that those benefits have run out as far as the ones that they had put together from pandemic.
Yeah.
I think those are run out. So I think it's people who are saying like that job didn't pay me you know what I believe my time was worth.
I see.
And so I think it's more that they're also going back to and pointing like, hey, like this was not a quality place for me to be spending my time. And that's what I'm thinking. Like it's more of a indictment on you know a living wage versus like you know just these people are lazy and they don't want to work. That would be my perspective. But
that's what you're thinking, huh?
Yeah. Because the people have found, you know what, like I did enjoy my time at home too, and that I enjoyed the people who were there, my family. And you better start paying me more of a living wage than what I was getting, because it wasn't worth it. But
yeah,
I don't know. But what does it take to actually live off? What can you live off of, and what should you be living off of is, I guess, another altogether different story.
Yeah. Well, and when we get into talking about, and people are looking at the episode on Sunday, what I'd like to just hope that people really hear is that I'm really grateful to live in the U.S. I mean, we just came off of Thanksgiving.
Right.
I mean,
gratitude.
I really am. I'm thankful to be able to live in the U.S. And even when you hear the concern in my voice about the current state of affairs and what I see playing out in front of us, I do want everybody to know that even though part of what a good leader does is tells you what a good leader will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And and so and that realistic approach to what's happening, but just really understand I'm not buying plane tickets to South America and figuring out where I'm going to live there.
Right.
And I'm not, the only reason why I would want to go to Canada is to be able to visit beautiful places. There's no way I really want to live in Europe.
No.
I've been to Hong Kong, and Hong Kong and China don't look like it's really going to be receiving me as a U.S. as an immigrant coming in from the U.S.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, people aren't going to give me hugs. Now, I personally don't like hugs. I mean, hugs are okay. I mean, if people want a hug, I'll give you a hug. I mean, that's all cool and whatever. But I mean, like, the idea, I really don't think China's looking forward to anybody from the U.S. coming there.
Right. It's funny. I saw recently that so Germany and China have. You remember the commercials in the 80s and the 90s where they were talking about starving kids in Africa?
Yeah.
So apparently Germany and China now have videos that play there about starving kids in the United States.
Really?
And then they put up a graphic like Germany, we're doing better. China's like, we're doing better. We need to help, like the people who are like, and I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. That
Wow.
that one of the, I mean, we're still one of the wealthiest nations in the world, and we have commercials now that are playing about our children that are still going hungry here.
Wow.
But that, I don't know, like, so that's still, kind of still play. I mean, like, people still should be grateful about living here, but it is funny how, I mean, whether they're doing that as an actual plea for it or if they're just trying to say, haha, we're still better than you. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
If what's playing out there.
It could be propaganda to be able to, step on somebody else's head to make yourself feel better, kind of thing.
Right.
Huh.
But I found that interesting. I was like, oh, that's funny. But, yeah. But, so coming off, this is Black Friday. Maybe some of you were out early and maybe you're already in bed by 7. Who knows? Or maybe you're listening right now while you're ready to drift off into sleepy time.
Early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. I think that's a Benjamin Franklin quote.
Is it?
I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know.
We can just say the internet said it.
We got a quote from Ron Hoffmeister. I feel good. I feel fine. I feel this way all the time. I mean, that's another quote.
It is a quote.
Yep.
Go ahead and tweet those out if you'd like.
Oh, man.
But as you prepare, for, I think some people looked at Black Friday as an opportunity to shop for Christmas, but I don't know if it's always that anymore. I think it's like, here's a good deal. I need a TV, and this one's cheap.
Yeah.
So maybe Black Friday is changed into where can I still shop for me? So Cyber Monday is coming up.
Yep.
And then Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
So consider that was a movement that started out of the greed that somebody was viewing with Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all the shopping and consuming. And they said, hey, let's start a movement that's about giving and generosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking outside of ourselves. And so Giving Tuesday was started, and it was also I was listening to a guy talk about, and I don't know if he was originally on that campaign, but he said it had to have been, for it to be a movement, it had to be decentralized. They had to be able to say, this can't be controlled by one person or one group. It has to, hopefully other people will catch on. And so hopefully you have also built into your structure as a person ways to be generous, and finding that Giving Tuesday maybe is just a reminder for us to say, hey, where are you also thinking about others?
Yeah. Yeah.
So think about others.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is all good.
Yeah.
Apparently, in my research of where all the workers went,
yeah,
a lot of people retired early.
Oh.
Part of what we're facing is the end of the boomer generation working. And so with the boomers and having them all in the workforce, people taking early retirements and saying, F COVID, I'm out.
This is the ejection site. I'm
Yeah.
done.
And the other thing is that we won't get into, I promise we're not going to get into, is closing the borders and immigration. And so migrant workers, and people who are, and it's affecting supply chain. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. We there's more to go into with that, but we'll leave that there. So there is some of those issues that are coming up that are affecting the employment.
And just so that everybody knows, as I'm closing out all my screens, my computer is so listening to us that Venmo sent me a thing. Steve, curious about crypto? Dive on in.
Yep.
And you'll have to catch the episode Sunday as Phil reflects on the episode from the week before and talking about decentralization that he just mentioned right now. And this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna see Facebook ads now, and well, I don't go on Facebook very often anymore, so go ahead and try to send them, Mark Zuckerberg, Lizard Man. There, I just blended in a couple episodes there.
There you go. There you go. And if you're confused, just know that the lack of your confusion will not diminish based on listening to any of our episodes.
Right. All right. Lots for you to ponder today on this Black Friday.
Yep.
But look forward to the episode on Sunday. We were cognizant of our time, and so it is not a long episode. Well, it's not on the long end of our episode. Some people would still consider it long, but
yeah, but I mean, we're down to about 60 minutes. Actually, this trailer is about half as long as the episode that we did.
it is.
Yeah.
So enjoy, everybody, and have a great rest of the weekend.
Yep. Have a good weekend, everybody. We'll be back hopefully with a guest next week. And if we're not, you're going to see these two faces back in the studio making it another episode.
Right. Pulling it off once again.
Together.
Together.
All right.
See you.